Well, you got stuff to talk about. I don't know if you're aware, we're about to live in a post-Star Wars world.
Yeah, we are. Womp womp.
Because a little thing called The Last Jedi
That's happening tomorrow.
is happening tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Or for some of us, Saturday.
Chris, why are you so lame, bro?
Why are you so lame?
Oh, I'm not. I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, you still haven't answered this question.
What's the question?
How is it a post-Star Wars world? We've had, like, tons of Star Wars.
Let me rephrase it. Post-Last Jedi world.
Okay.
Okay.
It will be after we have seen it.
Right.
Or, you know what? Can we just take a break and just say that we have this week has the potential to be multiple, worst case scenarios. Tomorrow the net neutrality vote goes.
God, yeah. That's
it could vary. Like tomorrow, yeah, we get Star Wars, but we also might lose net neutrality. So it's like a zero-sum game.
well, it's funny because like already it kind of taken shape because phone companies are already providing packages, different like internet packages, and Hulu is paired with such and such, and Netflix and Verizon and so on. So you already have kind of this environment kind of in the works. So it's going to destroy us, by the way. No one really thinks about that, how lower income schools actually rely on the internet to keep them more competitive. And now these schools won't be able to afford.
Right.
So, and man, is it going to fuck with gaming?
It's gonna fuck with literally every aspect of our society.
It's hilarious because everyone just started pushing an all digital future and 4K streaming, and now we're going to enter a world where no one can afford an all digital future or 4K streaming.
4K streaming because it's going to be $80 a month for it on top
Poor
of your
Chris.
services.
Chris recently started going all digital.
Do you want to have email? That's going to be $30 a month just to check your email. It's like,
Why does Doug look like he wants to be anywhere but here? Is he okay?
He's good. I think he's alive.
If it makes you feel any better, Doug, I love you.
That's never made anyone feel better.
No.
Well, you know what might make you feel better? I have a new joke for you guys.
Oh, no. That's even worse.
Hey, Doug, how many fuckboys does it take to screw in a light bulb?
None. They don't screw anything.
None, because it's always lit, fam.
God, have you tried not being such a monster?
I have. It didn't take.
No, you haven't.
No,
I tried so hard.
you don't try. Is that a Christmas sweater you're wearing?
Buddy Christ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so Chris, what you got for us this week? Oh, hey.
Someone say Christmas!
Oh, my goodness. Is it holiday sake?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is the day we jumped the shower. The sock. Sorry.
Jump the sock.
We
Not
drank-
like this. Oh, God, what happened to your face? Oh, no.
You know what's really funny? Today is actually like Hanukkah. So,
Hey!
yeah. Hanukkah.
I don't believe it.
It's
Hooray! It's the Festival of Lights. Adam Sandler taught me that a long time ago.
That is true.
A long time ago.
A long time ago,
Yeah.
Chris?
Oh, my God.
Back
Yes,
in
I
the
suppose.
Hey, if you want, I could do the whole podcast just saying jokes that I've picked up over the past couple days.
Jesus. We need to keep the viewers we already have.
Can you kick him out of the cast?
What?
Yeah, I think you should.
So I have a question for you, Chris. Was there any notable comic book news this week?
Why, yes. Yes, there was.
Yeah?
How
Did you
about,
hear
let's
that
talk-
did you hear that Star Wars is a garbage movie, Last Jedi? It's been reviewing terribly.
No, quite the opposite, actually.
No, it's been doing very poorly. It's not even as good as Lady Bird.
Oh, please. Nothing is as good as Lady Bird.
If Star Wars can't beat Lady Bird, then what's even the point, Chris? That's my question.
You know, you bring up a good point, but The Last Jedi has been getting fairly good buzz. We'll find out by next week's show.
Yeah, what's the point? Why even try?
I agree. I mean, you can't. Why try? Why should we go support this movie that is nothing but SJW drivel? You know, I mean.
Well, it's not Justice League.
It's a weird transition, but I saw there was this post today because Okami, the classic game Okami, got an HD release on PS4 and Xbox One on Steam. And one of the comments on the Steam was, does this game have SJW subtitles? He goes, I know the dialogue in the game is nonsensical, but who wrote the translation for the dialogue? I don't want to be force-fed issues from an SJW beta cuck. And it hurt me on the inside. Because you know that wasn't done sarcastically.
I don't know that.
I don't even understand how. What? Why?
What?
Beta cuck.
Why are these real people? These can't be real people.
That was sarcastic.
It's gotta be, right?
That doesn't mean he didn't mean it. It just means everything's sarcastic now.
It's the new irony.
Mm.
The new irony is we're post.
But there were a couple of interesting comic things not related to Last Jedi, Matt.
Okay.
For example.
Thank you, Chris.
For example, did you see the trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I did. Thing is awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And you saw who's making it, right? Like who the directing
Lord
it?
and Miller, yeah.
It's Lord and Miller making a Spider-Man animated movie.
Well, that was the talk after they left the Han Solo movie that they were going to be doing something Spider-Man animated related.
Well, that's good.
If you guys haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It's very stylistically very pretty and seems to take from the Spider-Verse miniseries with a bunch of different Spider-Men from different timelines having adventures.
Huh.
So, I don't know. That's not going to be until late next year.
Yeah, it's not till holiday 2018, they said, or December 2018, but I don't care because the trailer looked great. Miles, the promise of his dead Peter, but meeting up with the original Peter. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of plot details. Like, we don't know.
Fingers crossed it's Spider-Ham.
No.
Is it like CG, like cloudy?
It is CG, but it's not as cartoony as Cloudy. It's cartoony in a different way.
Yeah. Okay.
You should pull up the trailer and have a look-see. I think it's very good.
I will send it to them.
Okay, you do that.
What to do?
I was looking, The Punisher is getting a season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
To the surprise of I don't think anyone.
I mean, has there ever been a non-Iron Fist show that isn't immediately gotten a season 2?
Well, and then there's the rub. There's Iron Fist.
Well, to be fair, that no one has anyone. Iron Fist has no one to blame but themselves for casting the worst director and the most wooden actor.
Well, we could dissect Iron Fist's foibles for the rest of time, but there's no.
Doug, I just sent it to you.
Did you hear that Brian Michael Bendis literally almost died this week?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And so here's a fun reminder. MRSA, methicillin-resistant staphylococcus, is not something to play with.
No, that shit will fuck you up.
Yeah, he got an injection, came down with a case of staph, and almost died.
Oh shit!
One of the great comics creators of our time, literally almost just dropped dead this week. So he's doing well. His books, of course, will be delayed. But I'm happy he's still alive, and I wish him well.
That's a good thing. That's a humbling thing because now you just realize that little bacteria can any moment, and we might get a whole fresh approach on Marvel Comics and the rebirth of some time.
He's now exclusive to DC, so who knows how that's going to affect his work when he finally does get around to writing.
Great.
Matt, I know you don't read Jean Grey.
I do not.
But I want to tell you, in January.
It's already ending?
It's already ending.
Well, that was fast.
Jean Grey is also returning
in X-Men Red
to lead X-Men Red, and have two.
What?
I said you can't have two.
I mean, you can.
You can't have two.
Well, you can't. I'm going to make a spoiler alert right here. If you're reading Jean Grey, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds.
Wouldn't one be Phoenix and the other be Jean? Is this spoiler time?
Spoiler alert's on. The Phoenix fucking incinerated teenage Jean Grey.
No.
Oh
but
yeah,
she's the good one.
Yeah,
she's nothing but ash at this point.
Boo.
If you give me
what happens with ash and
well,
she's gonna come back. Right?
So the story is that the Phoenix has come to Earth. The Phoenix has come to Earth, and everyone's like, "We're gonna fight it. This Jean is not strong enough to control the Phoenix." And the Phoenix Force is like, "Oh yeah, I know." And they realize at the last minute that the Phoenix Force didn't want Jean Grey. It wanted Jean Grey out of the way.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So, if you give me a moment, I will pull up the page. And there it is. There it is. Let's share that. And this is Jean Grey.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Whoopsie doodle.
It's fine. It's NBD.
Well, yeah, and then everyone else is like, "Oh my god, we got our ass kicked by the Phoenix Force. Oh my god, all of us." And yeah, Jean's gone, and the ghost of Jean Grey is just hanging out.
Okay, well, good for her. She had a solid run. She'll forever be known as outing Bobby without his consent. That was always the highlight of her career.
That was very questionable on her part.
So Doug, got a question for you.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Is that a squeeze toy? That's okay. Thank God.
Wait. Time out. Wait. Was that dog wearing like a onesie?
Oh yeah, Ace has a holiday onesie.
It's called a jumper.
It's adorable, and he loves it.
It's a romper.
Little helper.
He's Santa's little helper. Here, Ace, come here.
Ace.
Oh, and also Caitlin and I have matching pajamas because we are also adorable.
Well, you're something.
All right, here we go.
You what?
And there we go. Look at how adorable he looks.
What a good boy.
He does not want to be held right now.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so that's our life. So we have holiday Saki, we have holiday Ace.
I'm done. Can we let's move on? What were we talking about?
Oh, I just had a question for your boy Doug. You're a more critical fella. Like you actually enjoy good things instead of mindlessly accepting anything thrown your way, like Chris and I. So what are your thoughts on the way Disney is? What are you doing, Chris?
I'm helping you get along.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was trying to do the Chris method of getting nowhere fast when I talk.
Shut up.
So how do you what do you think of Disney's handling of Star Wars, turning what used to be something people waited 15 plus years for between new stories into an annualized series between main installments and side stories?
I think they're going to wear it out, but it hasn't happened yet.
Wait until it drops.
Well, my question, the follow-up to that is, a lot of people assume that the superhero movie bubble would have burst 5 years ago because of the...
I was just talking about this. That's going to happen when, if Disney actually buys Fox and they try to incorporate the X-Men, the bubble pops immediately.
Really?
Yeah. The universes can't handle each other. That's why it's been positive for the industry that they aren't together. If you put all of these, because look, the only way they don't pop the bubble is if they start over with fucking 5 X-Men. And it's literally the OG team entering the current Marvel universe. If you start off and we already have all the Wolverine shit happened and all this stuff happened in this other world that is already so broken, when you have a world that makes coherent sense, you will break it. You will break it hard. And then it's silly. And we just start keeping up with, oh, they've got a good person doing this movie, so I'll go see that one. Mm-hmm. Or like what has just happened to the X-Men universe is interesting when they do them outside of their own continuity. So like Logan is amazing. When does that take place? Never. It's the Dark Knight Returns of X-Men movies, right? This New Mutants movie is going to be great, and that's going to be its own thing. Will they allow that to continue, or will they make them all Marvel movies? Will we start over? Are we going to recast Wolverine? Are we going to lose the X-23 girl who should be at this point?
I mean, how do they handle Deadpool? Are they going to keep it R-rated?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, if they don't pop, they could pop it by trying to merge them. If they leave Fox alone and just go, stop fucking it up, do everything like Deadpool, then it'll work out. But Deadpool and Wolverine doesn't get to be an Avenger. As soon as you do that, it's over. And the same thing, Star Wars is going to, I think if Rian Johnson does what they think he's doing, because he's got his own trilogy that he pitched a long time ago, that's how he got the job. And he just got greenlit on that based on Last Jedi's strength. If that's Old Republic, I'm all about it, and I will go see every movie they do of that. If it's good, it's good, but I think they're going to wear it out if they do any more episodes of the Skywalker series. In other words, you finish this third trilogy, and then it should be all anthology whatever that I can ignore, I can take, or I can leave, right? Like, otherwise, you will destroy it. And maybe it'll wear out with just another J.J. Abrams movie instead of having a third director. I mean, because I feel like they shouldn't be going back to J.J. Call in somebody else to do the third one. Because, yeah.
I mean, I was trying to get your take just because the only series that I think is more beloved and popular by fans might be the Harry Potter franchise, and even that has not been able to survive the lackluster Beasts film. On top of the fact that now
any Harry Potter movie that ever came out, but I do. I think the Harry Potter movies are really derivative, and that one came off as a new original story.
Well, fair enough. We'll see how it works with Johnny Depp at the helm.
That whole hero's journey thing it starts with Star Wars as far as in my time period, and it just they kept making him more special and chosen, and I'm just tired of it. And I really liked this unassuming nerdy guy who isn't special at all, except that he is a nerd about this one thing that happens to go wrong. By making the two more and turning it into a Harry Potter series. I mean, like
I don't think they need 5 films for it.
Yeah, I don't think they need a bunch of Fantastic Beasts films. I think they need to do another movie. That's the world that needs anthologies. Like, do another movie set in a completely different era of the Harry Potter verse that doesn't have Harry Potter in it. You know, tell a story from school somewhere else. You do a thing, you know. You don't have to make 15 Fantastic Beasts. My thing is they can't get the Han Solo movie together. When's the Boba Fett movie happening, which is the one that would have been the no-brainer? And they've lucked out so far meddling with the Star Wars movies as hardcore as Warner Brothers has been meddling with superhero movies. Only Disney has done it just a little bit better to where it doesn't kill the movie. Like, Rogue One was a different movie before it hit theaters. And they did the same thing to it that Warner Brothers did to Suicide Squad at the same time because of the same stuff. But Disney worked it out better. And it ended up being a solid film anyway. But that very easily could have gone horribly awry.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Johnson gets carte blanche, his trilogy will still be good. JJ can finish this out with a Jedi. He can still, you know, squeak it out and not ruin this movie. And we'll have a solid new trilogy. But then all bets are off. These properties are so expensive. Like, this is going to be, it's going to be the full-on geek bubble this time. It's not superheroes. Everything's getting so expensive. Eventually, it will crash the studio system. Because this is what happened with Gladiator movies. This is what happened with every time there's greased up shirtless men as a genre. This is what happens. Is you get bigger and bigger movies. The Gladiator movies turn into these massive biblical epics. And then eventually they nearly destroy the entire studio system, which is when they hired people like George Lucas and Martin Scorsese and all those guys. And then slowly that all turned into Rocky and Commando and Total Recall and all that shit. Those guys, the Expendables guys, right? And that collapsed under its own weight. Action hero. And then, which was a little too early. It should have come out like a few years later to make fun of something that, you know. And right after that, we got Tarantino and Rodriguez and Kevin Smith. They dig for cheap stuff that'll make money and rebuild their stuff. If they don't do it, we can see the annihilation of the studio system. They really need to start doing that right now because it's about to pop. You just don't know when it's going to pop. But the longer you wait to prep for the pop, the more it will destroy. Like, Disney could get annihilated if they have too many projects floating that cost $1 billion altogether, and then they're buying this other studio at the same time, and then if Infinity War just tanks out of nowhere, you're fucked. There's no Disney. Like, that's too many things that each rely on.
So it's
$500 million.
Too many cooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too
like,
many cooks.
This bubble's gonna pop, but like it's gonna break under that accumulated weight. That's what I mean by if you have X-Men and Marvel and you try to do them together and you're running concurrent cinematic, like you're competing with yourself to the point where you can't actually recoup your money because you can't put out enough of either one. You know what I mean? Unless you keep everything separated and Disney's just the parent corporation. You know, like it's becoming GE or whatever. And then you can have all these different things and it doesn't matter. But if you try to put Wolverine in the Avengers without just some sort of weird portal and it's a one-time event, then you will collapse under your own weight. There's no fucking way. You just can't support intricacy in the box office. Like, people will of like it being too often. Not they even enjoy them all, and it's still like I can't keep up with it. What's fucking going on? I missed the Wolverine movie last week. I didn't know there was one. I can't do it. I've got an $80 cable bill because there's no net neutrality. No, I can't even download them to keep up with them anymore. That's the other thing that'll kill it.
It's $300.
Net neutrality is going to kill binge watching. It's going to kill interconnected universes for movies because you can't keep up with them illegally anymore.
Yeah.
Because literally a lot of people catch up on those films that were never going to go to all of them in the theater. But you can go hurry up and catch up on what happened in Guardians and all this stuff before you go to Infinity War. We have all this leisurely time to Netflix all these movies when we miss them. As soon as that's gone, you can't support any of this anymore. So really, it's kind of dependent on the economy. It's kind of dependent, like so many companies are going to get messed over if they are literally about to do.
It's just insane to think how like
all the tech companies are going to be fucked.
It just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense if you're old media. This is the last push. Because they will turn all of the new media into old media again. You will have to start watching them with commercials. You'll have to, like, the cable companies and the old media company, all the network channels have to be in collusion over this. They have to all be kind of agreeing, we need to drag this back to 1999. And because they can't keep up right now. Just made Hulu and that be it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like we were talking about like a long time ago. When Napster hits the market, they should have immediately made iTunes.
Hold on, I got something for
instead
all
of fighting it.
I got something for all of this.
But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's just my take on it. Is if anything kills the superhero, it'll be net neutrality going away, or Marvel and the X-Men being one thing.
Life finds a way. Just saying, life finds a way.
Yeah, 824 will be the last. This will be the only movie serial. So it'll pop up to the top.
Fair enough.
Like, it's just, you know.
That was a lot to take in, guys.
I'm sorry, I rant.
Fight for your freedom, guys. Fight for
neutrality.
It's gonna go poorly. It's gonna go poorly.
Unless if we create our own servers and.
But look on the bright side. Social media is the end of the world. So when they kill net neutrality,
no more social media. Think about that. Think about that, everybody. You're not going to have your Facebook anymore. Oh my God, there's going to be a lot of people like withdrawing. Like
at the same time.
How much do I have to pay to get my fix? What is it? $40
just
to
for
have
an uptick in mass shootings every time a guy gets fired.
$40 to do Facebook? Why?
Yeah, there'll be Facebook booths.
Yeah.
You just go pop in 25 cents. Get your.
We're not really exaggerating, people. Like that's the sad thing about it. If a company wants to extort you for money, they will do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Are we doing
you can go live now.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Is there any other news?
Not really.
Okay.
Doug handled it.
Did you have any comics that you wanted to discuss?
The only one I wanted to discuss was Jean Grey, which we did. But I think it's interesting. I wanted to bring up a parallel that we have two series from two different companies kind of focusing on the same thing in the Aftermath. Detective Comics has the Victim Syndicate, people who have been failed by Batman and attacked by supervillains. And in All New Wolverine, we have the Orphans of X, who are people who have suffered at the hands of Wolverine.
Huh.
And they're both of their attempts to get revenge, which the Orphan of X is shooting everyone with a magic sword, and the Victim Syndicate's a little more intricate. So,
yeah.
Chris, no, I think it's interesting that we're focusing on the victims. Because for a long time, Wolverine didn't have victims.
Yeah,
he killed bad people, and that was it. And the whole point of the Orphans of X are like, no, Wolverine went berserk and killed my mom.
Yeah.
One time when he slashed, I don't know, let's say Doc Ock.
Then one of the arms goes a-flying.
Yeah, he can't control him. He's all this.
He's all thumbs.
It's all berserker barrage. And then whoopsie doodle, that poor nurse gets slit in half. But it's okay. He's a samurai.
I would really like it if we started a regular segment for Chris called Whoopsie Doodle, and it's just about people getting killed in comics in horrific ways.
You know what? I'll think about that. But I do have a segment I want to bring back because we did this last week, and I had fun with it. So I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's might be called the Hot Takedown.
The Hot Takedown.
Ooh. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look every week for a top 10 list or top whatever list, and we are going to crack that list and look at it and say that's a bad list or that's
are
a
we
good
doing
list.
the Pixar list?
I like.
Oh
this.
fuck yeah, we are.
Oh hells yeah!
All right, so this was brought to my attention on Twitter early in the morning a couple of days ago. Lights, camera, action, Jackson, or whoever the fuck he is, kid movie reviewer, ranked the Pixar movies.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about this because this list is nonsense.
I looked this kid up after this list went up because it's that bad, and apparently he is very disliked among the Hollywood circles because of his unprofessionalism. Like, he goes at all these award shows where press are present and stuff. He'll just go and harass actors and actresses and directors for selfies all the time.
Why?
And he also got in trouble a year or so ago for taking a picture of with
Warren Beatty.
No, what's her name? Amy Schumer, and then tweeting and slut shaming her right after taking it. Like, he posted the picture up and he was like, "Hey, I just spent the night with Amy Schumer. Yeah, I'm definitely not the first guy to say that phrase."
Oh my god!
What a piece of shit!
Yeah.
You can hate him for all that, but you will loathe him for this list.
Okay, can we start from the bottom up?
Of course, we start from the bottom, and now we're here. So number 18.
Oh, God.
Number 18 is The Good Dinosaur.
That's number 19, buddy.
19. Excuse me, I can't see so good. Did anyone actually see The Good Dinosaur?
I did.
Do you think it's a 19th?
No.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you answer that question with a question. Are there more than 19 Pixar movies?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. There's a couple of Disney Pixars, but these are pure.
If there are 20, then it doesn't deserve to be in the top 19.
The Good Dinosaur is a bottom-tier Pixar movie, but it is not the worst Pixar movie. We will get to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 18, and this is where I realized the list had problems, is WALL-E.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's top 5. Come on.
Yeah. WALL-E is top-tier Pixar.
WALL-E is top 3 for me, and it may even be number 1.
It might be my second, but I'd have to. This is a thing where I haven't looked at the whole list and gone, I'm gonna put this, but I know it lands in the top 5.
Yeah. Number 17 is Coco.
Yeah, fuck you. That was pretty fucking good.
Also good.
I'm not gonna. I liked Coco a lot, and all I'm gonna say is only one movie this year made me weep the entire third act. So Coco needs to be much, much higher.
Yeah.
Number 16, A Bug's Life.
That might end up being down there,
I feel like that's about right.
but it's still a little low.
Yeah. Number 15 is Brave.
Okay.
I feel like Brave might be slightly higher, but not too much higher. Number 14 is Finding Dory.
Okay. See, here's my problem already. We're up and we've said those movies, and we haven't said Cars yet.
Yes.
None of the Cars.
None of the car movies.
Oh, don't worry.
Cars have been mentioned.
They're coming.
Cars.
They're coming. Number 13, the first Toy Story.
Jesus, that's low.
Yeah.
Toy Story 1.
It's pretty low.
Still have not said Cars 3.
This guy's a monster. This guy who made this list is a monster.
We have not said Planes.
There's a
Planes is not on the list because it doesn't count as a Pixar film.
Oh, why not? Was it just
It's a
like a
Disney
Disney
Pixar.
video?
It was not made from Pixar.
Yeah. Number 12 is Inside Out.
That would be way higher for me.
It would be at least like number 5 for me.
Yeah, that's in top 5.
Number 11.
I ugly cried in that movie. Like, I made noises.
Yeah, that was me and Coco.
Yeah.
What's number 11?
Number 11, Cars 3.
Oh my God, that's high.
Which I'll let you know, Cars 3 was actually really quite good and is easily the best of the Cars films.
That's what I was going to say. It's really high, and it's the best of the Cars movies, and it's first. That's the first one that's been named. The
Yep.
first Cars movie
Don't worry.
named.
Chris, can I jump in?
Yes, by all means.
Number 10 is Monsters University.
I haven't seen Monsters University, so I have no
Which
vote on
is
that.
someone that is not actually that big a fan of Monsters U or Monsters Inc. I actually enjoyed Monsters U a lot more.
Okay.
Yes.
Charlie Day is a frat boy monster. Never a bad thing.
Right.
Number 9, Finding Nemo.
I mean, it is better than Monsters University, probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a classic.
It's okay. It's not my favorite, but
Chris
it's
hates it.
Car movies.
Kids.
Once again, it's better than Cars.
Okay, Chris, what's the next one? We'll take turns.
all right. Number 8, Monsters Incorporated.
Still, Cars 1 and 2 has not been named.
Wait! Don't worry, Chris.
Don't
What's
worry,
number
they're coming. Number 7 is Up. I feel like Up's in the right place.
No, it's not.
If you rearrange all the rest of them.
Now
I
you
feel
want
like
to know the true. For me, this is the one that hurt the most. Is number 6. Not even
Number 6.
top 5. Is The Incredibles.
This is a nonsense
It
list.
hurts me on a deep personal level.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This isn't.
All right. Number 5, Toy Story 2.
Where the fuck is Cars 1 and 2 at?
Don't worry. Number 4 is Cars 2.
Oh my God.
Cars 2 is such a piece of shit. What is it doing there?
Cars 2 is the worst Pixar movie they've ever made.
You took me to see Cars 2,
I
and I
did.
hate every second of it.
It was really bad. I couldn't even come up with a reason to like it.
Oh.
No. Number 3, Toy Story 3.
Now, you might be thinking to yourself, guys, you haven't said Cars yet.
You haven't said Cars yet.
Cars 1. Cars 3 and Cars 2, they've been taken care of. Don't worry, baby boys, I got you. Because at number 2 is Ratatouille.
Oh my God. This is a troll.
And the number 1 Pixar movie, according to this loser, is Cars. Fuck off.
Okay, I have a theory.
No.
I have a theory.
He's really into Cars and into rats.
When this reviewer started watching movies,
Rat race.
when Cars 1 came out, this kid was like 7 or 8, which for a young boy
Yeah.
is like the imprint period. And that is the only explanation I can come up with for why Cars would ever be Cars 1 and 2 in a top 5 Pixar list. Both of them. 2. And Cars 2 being the absolute bottom of the barrel garbage pants of the Pixar stable.
I just don't even.
I can't
I
even.
feel like I could. This makes me like feel like I could make money and just go to premieres if all I did was I just put a bunch of titles into a thing and then hit a random, like, you know, just clicked on random and put it in an order and then I sat there and defended it. Like top 15 Martin Scorsese movies, and I just put any order.
Yeah, any
Just
order.
any
you want.
order. Fucking, as long as it ends on number 1 is clearly Casino, and then like everybody will get mad. It's just like, or no. His Martin Scorsese's best film is clearly that one with Leonardo DiCaprio, where everyone knows it's a twist ending. Anyway, the one.
Oh,
where he's
Shutter
like,
Island.
Shutter Island, number 1 Martin Scorsese film.
I was thinking
Oh.
Steven Spielberg, best movie, AI.
All right, so guys, in the video game world, there was a couple things that happened this week. Couple big things. 1, we had the Game Awards. 2, the PlayStation Experience Expo went down this week. And 3, PUBG finally hit consoles on the Xbox One X and the regular Xbox One. But that they've already sold, I think it was like 350,000 copies of that game on Xbox. On top of the 22 million they've sold on Steam now, game is never going to stop.
Can't stop.
You all right, Chris? Are you masturbating to something?
Nah, I'm good.
What are you looking at?
I was looking on Twitter to see if I could find anything else about this fucking loser kid.
What is this guy's name?
Lights Camera Jackson.
No. What is his real name?
Action Jackson? I don't know.
Where does he live so I can bully him?
I just want to beat the shit out of this kid. I just want to just.
This reminds me. I was at a show and I saw a lot of hipsters. Has it ever occurred to you that those are just people that haven't been punched in the face? It's been like they've gotten this old without ever having been punched in the face. Like I just feel like one solid physical contact from a human being would heal them. They'd stop wearing fake glasses, you know?
Yeah.
You wouldn't
You won't punch a guy with glasses, would you? You're not wearing fucking glasses.
Just right. You know, I'm not saying I'm the guy to do it. I'm just wondering.
I'll do it.
Aloud.
You need to hire a bully to become
Hey,
bully.
Chris, guess who got leaked as the next characters to be introduced in Dragon Ball FighterZ Z?
No, who's that?
Beerus,
Yeah.
Hit, and oh god, who was the third one?
Goku Black?
Yes, Goku Black Rose.
Yeah.
Or Rose, sorry. All right, so the Game Awards went down, and I'm going to quickly list the winners of each category, and then I'll let you know what was announced at the show, because there actually was several big profile announcements.
And we'll get this out of the way right now. There was only one cringeable moment for the entire night, so the whole night was a failure in my eyes.
There was 2, actually. 3.
It's still a failure. I want at least 7.
It was the best, most professional and put together of all the Game Award shows since Jeff Keighley started these. And I think it's a really big deal. Nintendo was there in a big way. Nintendo showed up right at a party. Anyway, so Game of the Year went to Breath of the Wild. Best Game Direction went to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Best Story went to What Remains of Edith Finch. Best Art Direction went to Cuphead.
Yep, deserved.
Best Music went to Nier Automata. Best Audio Design went to Hellblade.
Yep.
Best Performance went to Senua from Hellblade.
She's great.
The Games for Impact is in like the nomination for a game that really like has something to say was Hellblade. Best Ongoing Game, which is their category for games as a service, is Overwatch. Best Indie was Cuphead. Best Mobile Game, Monument Valley 2. Best Handheld Game was Metroid. Best VR Game was Resident Evil 7. Best Action Game was Wolfenstein 2. Best Action Adventure Game was Breath of the Wild. Best Role-Playing Game was Persona 5. Best Fighting Game was Injustice 2. Best Family Game was Mario Odyssey. Best Strategy Game was my boys at Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Best Sports/Racing Game was Forza. Best Multiplayer was PlayerUnknown Battleground. And Best Debut Indie Game, meaning a indie game from a studio that has never released anything yet, was Cuphead. The fans voted Last of Us 2 as most anticipated game. And as for the game announcements, several VR games were announced. We got a brand new trailer from Kojima for Death Stranding. We got a release date for Sea of Thieves. We got. Has any of you played the game Firewatch?
Yeah.
The new game by the Firewatch people was announced. It's called In the Valley of Gods, where he plays an archaeologist in Egypt.
Ooh.
They announced the final Zelda DLC and then surprised everyone with the "and it's available now" moment. We found out that PS4's Dreams game by Media Molecule is not dead. The biggest announcements were easily Soul Calibur 6 was announced, coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. And then the biggest one is that Bayonetta 1 and 2 are being remade for the Switch, alongside the announcement that Bayonetta 3 will be a Switch exclusive. So if you want to get your action on, buy yourself a Switch, son.
Okay.
And then PSX, they didn't really do a conference. They said so. They said that they were saving their announcements for E3 next year. So they had they're planning to have a huge show at E3 next year. So they saved all their announcements. Instead, they had a developer roundtable where they had developers for all their upcoming games come out and like answer questions and have like a little roundtable discussion. So we got to see more about Dreams, God of War, Detroit, Last of Us, stuff like that. And it was nice, but a lot of people were upset because they were expecting like megaton announcements, and we just didn't get those. Did anyone play a PS1 game called Medieval?
Yeah.
Where you played as a skeleton?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yep, they're remaking it. So far, it seems to be the trend. Every year at PSX, they've announced a new remaster. One time it was Ratchet and Clank. The other year it was Wipeout. This year it's gonna be Medieval. So
what PSX game
what?
should we get a remaster of?
Like, what's the next PS1 game I want a remaster of?
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about this. I would love a Bushido Blade remaster.
You son of a bitch.
What?
Magic words. You
Dude,
got me
Bushido Blade was amazing.
Yeah, I fucking love that game to death.
That was such a cool game.
To death.
And I can't believe we've never seen a Bushido Blade game on the PS2, PS3, PS4, the Switch, nothing. It died with Bushido Blade 2, and I'll never understand why.
There was no time.
Suck it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why. Like, it just didn't catch on.
Especially with this resurgence of the fighting game genre.
Yeah. Yeah, because Capcom just released. They're going to release the 30-year anniversary of Street Fighter with like tons of games in it. How exciting is that?
Street Fighter 1, every version of Street Fighter 2, every version of Street Fighter 3, every version of Street Fighter Alpha, every Street Fighter game before Street Fighter 4 came out.
Yes, it's insane.
It is. It's going to be awesome, and it's only $40.
Which I'm buying.
Capcom announced that they're making Devil May Cry HD collection for PS4 and Xbox, so you'll be able to get Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. It's been a solid week. PlayStation announced a ton of indie games coming to PlayStation in 2018 at PSX. So, and a bunch of new VR games. So, despite all of our predictions, VR is not dead. Like Sony.
Here's another interesting thing. No really word about the PlayStation 5 or the next Xbox.
No, but I don't think we expected
Every
them
time,
to.
I don't know why that happened. No, but every time Sony has a big initiative, they abandoned it after a year or so. Like, how long did they support 3D games, or how long did they support the Move?
Well, the thing with the
Move
3D
lives in here.
Yeah, well, people had to get the 3D TVs for the 3D games. That wasn't the market there.
Right, but now people need to buy a VR headset to play VR. But they just announced after Black Friday, they have now sold 2 million VR headsets, which puts them far and away the best-selling VR headset of the main three between Oculus, Vive, and PSVR. And they're getting more and more support, and that makes me happy. So
that's pretty exciting. But I was also like no word for PS5 and no word for the Xbox. So we have another 2 to 3 years of this system, of this generation.
My prediction is that 2018 will be when they first start teasing it. 2019 will be the reveal, and either 2019 holiday or early 2020 will be the release. Because if you remember, the PS4 and Xbox One were originally the Orbis and the Durango, and they went by their code names for almost a year as information slowly got leaked until their official unveilings. But so I fully suspect that 2018 will get their code names, because PSVR was the Morpheus, the PlayStation 4 was the Orbis, the Durango, and the Switch was oh man, what was the name for the Switch? I don't remember. The last Nintendo code name that mattered was the Revolution.
Well, why not the Dolphin?
That was the GameCube.
Yeah.
Also, finally, the Switch cannot be stopped. How much? The Switch just announced their sales for the first 9 months. How well do you think they did?
Very well.
Give me a number, Josh.
I would say probably 2,000. No, not 2,000. 2 million.
You are a fool. They have sold 10 million Switches in 9 months, which is amazing. Because do you know how many Wii U's sold in the entire lifespan of the Wii U?
Like 2,000.
12 million in all 5 years of the Wii U. And the Switch is at 10 million in 9 months. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that the Switch is back.
As long as the games keep up, I think the Switch can keep this pace.
Exactly.
The
And they're going to have a big direct, another Nintendo Direct in January. So it'll be fun.
I'm waiting for the Metroid, so I'm waiting to see what that
Metroid Prime 4, baby. Hey, remember that time when Josh did not believe me and Chris did not believe me, and you still haven't given me my $5, you piece of garbage?
Well, aren't you coming to town?
I am. Yeah. You can buy me something pretty.
You get $5. I'm going to give you
$5. You'll get nothing and like it.
But Chris,
take the money that it takes to wrap it out of the $5. So give for $3.
I'll go to the store and buy you a $5 piece of prosciutto that you have to eat.
$3 and some change.
That's fine. I accept.
I'll give you some Sacagawea dollars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got a handful of Sacagawea.
I got a sack of something.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay.
I think that's all we all have.
But look, I'm really excited because not next week, but the week after, I will be in town to do a live show again with Chris from the PlayStation 4 like we used to. So
Star Wars conversation next week.
Yeah,
right.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
that should be nice.
Everyone, think of your updated ranking of all the Star Wars movies.
They're all
Takedown.
They're all garbage.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones,
is number 1. Followed by the Christmas special.
Cars 2. I don't know why. And
then why was Cars 2 so high?
Oh my god. If any Cars movie could have even made it into the 19, it would have been 3.
I think that's the name of the episode. Why was Cars 2 so high?
Why Cars 2? Why?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just
who knew?
Like,
apparently we've been watching it wrong.
Yeah.
Does this guy? I'm picturing a kid who's like really thin looking with glasses and crazy hair.
I don't know that he has the crazy hair.
Because only someone with this type of hair would make a list. What's his name again? We got to emphasize this so people can like do internet stuff towards him.
Lights, camera, Jackson, or Action Jackson, something like that.
Lights, camera, Jack in it.
You got it.
All right,
Is
so we'll be back.
12? Because I don't understand.
Yeah.
And
what?
Everything's weird now. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I found it.
So we'll be back next week. Usual time, usual place. With talking about The Last Jedi. So y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all
the
next
guy's website is garbage.
Bye, guys. Wait, Doug and Josh, stay on the line after we get off.
Okay.
Okay.
Toodles.